We began tonight's program with Jeb Bush talking about ISIS, the terror threat, and the Syrian refugees. Now, as we conclude, we hear the comments of Bush on the border. I asked the former Florida governor if we should seal our borders.
Absolutely, we do for many reasons, but national security reasons are an important one. Secondly, I'm in New Hampshire today. There is an epidemic of heroin use and heroin overdoses up here in New England, and it's because high-grade, low-cost heroin is replacing prescription drug painkillers, and most of those drugs go across our border. And third, JD, just simply the rule of law compels us to do it. Coming here legally should be a lot easier than coming here illegally, or the whole concept of right and wrong gets out of whack. Of course, we should secure our border, and we should use every tool at our disposal to do it. This administration has let us down in that regard. They're very cavalier about this. There is a strategy that would seal off the border in a way that protects our civil liberties and embraces the values that we should continue to have. But it requires leadership, and this president hasn't led.
Jeb, we touched on this topic before. You caught some static before this campaign saying that you thought illegal immigration was, quote, an act of love. Do you realize now that it likewise could be an act of war in terms of terrorists coming in here?
Yes, I realized it then. We have a duty to make sure that illegal immigration is stopped. It doesn't matter what their motivation is. For all sorts of reasons, including the national security reasons you brought up, we should seal off the border.
Governor, how are you going to convince Republican primary voters of your position on immigration?
I'm the only candidate that has a specific plan on how to enforce the laws and protect the border and deal with the exit visa, the extended visa holders. 40% of illegal immigrants come legally and they just stay. I have a concrete plan to do that, and I have the skills to do it, and I have the leadership experience to do it. My advocacy is one that's grounded in a pragmatic, practical, conservative solution to fixing this mess. The left wants to keep it going because they'd love to have the system we have today where no one believes in the rule of law. No one thinks that the laws are being enforced because they win elections doing this. We need to fix it, and I believe I have the capabilities of doing it.
Our thanks to Governor Jeb Bush today from New Hampshire, where he was on the campaign trail via telephone. Now, time for the way you see it, your comments via social media. Tonight we hear from Paige writing in about the Syrian refugees, and she writes, why are millions of refugees being forced on other countries instead of being sent back to fight for their own countries? Our forefathers fought for our freedom, and many died as heroes. You can be sure many of the refugees invading France and other countries are themselves terrorists. America should not be stupid and fall into this trap. Our thanks to Paige for those comments. If you have some comments for us, why don't you send them to us electronically at newsmaxtv.com/comments. Work week's almost done. See you back here tomorrow night. It'll be Friday. For now, J.D. Hayworth saying, stay brave, stay free, stay tuned, and we'll see you tomorrow night.